You're watching Drake Wing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drake Wing Gaming, and somebody on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you on the Let's Play episode of Repeat, Owen's Path. So y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Who exactly are you? Underneath the mess of black hair, I swear I saw a small smile. Suddenly a wave of drowsiness hits me like a truck, sleep taking over me in seconds. The eerie song of the forest echoed through my head before I began slipping away from consciousness. Someone was running their hand through my hair, gently massaging through the knots. It felt rather warm and comforting. With a groan, my eyes fluttered open. This is a dorm room? There was someone at my bedside. I rubbed my groggy eyes and tried to peer through the evening light. "Oh, Adrian, you're awake! How you feeling?" I groaned, the drowsy blanket of sleep still thick in my head. Peering to the side, I could see Phillip laying unconscious on the other bed. Ugh! What happened? Campus security found you and Phillip passed out in the forest. You've been out cold all afternoon. Oh, and they found Dolores, too. He's pretty badly hurt from a freak bird attack. No idea what happened, but he's been arrested for shooting students and whatnot. Looks like the school board can't protect him from something like this. Phillip would probably be delighted. Oh, speaking of, is Phillip doing alright? Phillip's, Owen gestured towards Phillip's bed weakly. Phillip's alright in the long run. He woke up a little while ago, actually. But the tranquilizer made him really sick. He kept throwing up and falling back asleep. I think we should count our blessings, though. It's a medical miracle he's up and running at all. Whew, that's good to hear. I really need to thank him for taking that hit for me. Wait, is Phillip going to be alright legally? He is, the most wanted vandal in the city. Owen grinned and thrusted his chest out proudly. There's nothing to worry about. I managed to pull a few strings. I was there during the search and grabbed Phillip's black cat jacket and mask before anyone could see him. Officially, the black cat escaped and Dolores went gun-ho crazy after him, resulting in 2 innocent student victims. Nobody beside you and me know the black cat's true identity. Officers were supposed to come interrogate you two, but Sissel made a scene and drove them all away. Something about give those two a fucking break, they just got fucking shot. Let them know I said thanks. I could use a break after all that happened. Owen was quiet for a while, staring between me and Phillip, who was still unconscious in the other bed. I should have gotten to the office sooner. If I only took the blame more quickly. A grumble rose from the other bed as Phillip shook himself awake. I swear to God, if you took the blame, I would have strangled you. Oh, Phillip, you're awake. There was a strangled gurgle as Phillip suddenly leapt out of the room and hurtled himself towards the bathroom. Sickly vomit sounds could be heard down the hall. Oh, that sounds bad. He's probably going to feel like that for the next few days. After a bit, Phillip stumbled back into the room and collapsed onto the bed. Ugh! My head feels like it's splitting in half. Phillip, I don't think I thanked you yet for taking the hit for me. It's a given. I'm not letting a friend take the fall for something I'm responsible for. That includes you, Owen. Don't be a dumbass. Oh, we're still friends? Phillip fidgeted a bit before letting out a long, tired sigh. Listen, about my little outburst this morning. I mean, you really were an irritating little shit for the first few days we've known each other. Please respect my boundaries. It's not that difficult. But... Phillip rubbed his eyes tiredly and avoided his gaze. I admit I might have been a little harsh on you in general. The name Lorelei made me assume the worst when we first met, and maybe some of that judgment was undeserved. So, sorry for being prickly. He glanced over to Owen quietly. If we can work through these little hurdles, I'm open to being friends, if you are. Yeah, I'd love to. Sorry I've been a bit of a dickhead these past few days. Probably wasn't the best first impression I could give you. All that flirting and groping I did wasn't great if you weren't into it. I'm sorry for making you uncomfortable. I'm just gonna jump in and say that even if he was into it, your flirting skills are a bit garbage, man. I agree. Honestly, not an ounce of tact or suave in any of those attempts. You can't just show off your pecs, wiggle your dick, and expect folks to fall for you. Phillip nodded sagely. All flash and no substance, this one. Okay, I didn't realize this was a dunk on Owen session. Are you not open to constructive criticism? Alright, fine. I admit my attempts were kinda shoddy. I guess I just got really excited. I've just been a little lonely, you know? But I hope you stick around, though, if that's alright with you. Of course. I'd like to give you a hug now, if that's alright. Huh? Alright, fine. One hug. But make it quick. I stared at the two of them and couldn't help but chuckle to myself. Looked like they were both going to be fine. Well, I'll head back to my room before things get too mushy here. Good luck with your roommate bonding. Don't make it weird, man. I laughed as I stumbled out of the room, narrowly dodging a thrown sock. Day 5. The Broken Star. Was it really morning already? I blinked through my drowsiness. I was half expecting Echo to wake me up in some rude way again. This music is so interesting. Where was the guy? Oh, not doing great. Did you have a nice nap, Adrian? Echo, you're... There was a painful-looking crack running across his chest, like he was made of glass. A wave of guilt washed over my chest. Are you okay? Does this happen every time you push yourself too hard? This is nothing to worry about. I'll be perfectly fine. Luckily, there's a meteor shower tonight. It'll help me recover. Oh, right, that is tonight. Is there anything I can do for you in the meantime? Seeing you like this is, concerning. Echo laughed and waved what remained of his arm dismissively. Stop fussing. That's my job. You just keep living your life the best you can. That's more than enough for me. Anyway, shoo! You've got class to get to. With that, Echo faded away into mist, leaving me alone in the dorm room with my thoughts. With a dismissive wave of a hand, Echo poofed and disappeared. I hope he's really okay. As I passed by Phillip and Owen's room, I could still hear Philip's painful retching. I really need to thank him for taking a bullet for me. At least I know Owen was going to take good care of him. With a tired mumble, I shook my head furiously. Alright, Adrian, focus. You've got classes to attend and photos to take. Back to good old photography class, huh? I couldn't help but feel like I was forgetting something. The usual class clamoring and chatting immediately stopped when Mrs. Corlisse entered the room. She wore her usual stern look as she flipped through all her teaching notes. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everyone remembered to take their 3 photographs for the time assignment. Huh? Well, what assignment? Shit! Miss Corlisse shot me a knowing look. For those less attentive students who forgot to print their photos, there is a photo printer in the back of the room. You will have 10 minutes to prepare before presentations begin. Please organize yourselves accordingly. Ah! I totally forgot about this! Sweat collected on my forehead as I rummaged through my camera madly. Usually I wouldn't give a damn about my grades, but knowing the disappointed look Corlisse will give me... there's gotta be something in here I could bullshit into a presentation. I'll just print out every photo I have and pick something half decent. Well, it looked like my presentation is next. I hope it goes well. And next is Mr. Adrian. What 3 photographs have you taken? I stumbled to the front of the class hesitantly. Well, this is my first photo. Oh, that's really good. This is a photo I took on my first day at the academy. A surge of heat rushed through my cheeks as Mrs. Corlisse scanned me with a raised eyebrow. It has to do with the time theme because, you know, sunsets. There was an amused smirk on Mrs. Corlisse's face as she scribbled something on a clipboard. This is a fine photo of the sunset, Adrian. However, I have a sneaking suspicion that the sunset was not what you were focusing on. Really? I have no idea what you mean. I'm sure you don't. Anyway, show us your next photo, Adrian. Oh, the next one's a little... I assure you, Mr. Adrian, no matter the quality of your work, there will be no harsh judgment in this class. Oh boy. If you say so, here it is. I can explain. I wholeheartedly take back my previous statement. A wave of snickers rang through the class. Even Mrs. Corlisse wore an exasperated look on her face. Anywho, would you be so kind as to describe your photograph? Well, I took this during the canoe race the other day, and, it's definitely related to the theme because it's taken midday, and it's summerish and active and stuff. Of course it is. Mrs. Corlisse turned to address the class. I believe Mr. Adrian's photo is a fine example of what you youngsters call a crotch shot. Heat instantly flared through my cheeks. I just thought the composition was nice. And this photo was taken in the name of science. No ulterior motive whatsoever. Mrs. Corlisse chuckled as she scribbled a few notes on her clipboard. Ah, yes, science, of course. Anyway, on to your last photo, please. I certainly hope it's more family-friendly. Alright, my last photo is... And what is this? It's a selfie. I took this like 5 minutes ago. It represents procrastination, how time is constantly running out. I see. Well, I suppose this does follow the assignment's theme. Yes! However, Mr. Adrian, it would be wonderful if you could put more effort into your work from now on. Last-minute improvising will not always be effective. Only careful preparation will guarantee success. Yes, ma'am. I'll try harder next time. A sigh of relief poured out of every one of my veins as I returned to my seat, away from the judging eyes of the classroom. I collapsed onto my desk with a sigh. That was a close one. I'm glad Mrs. Corlisse is more lenient than she let on. I really should start taking more photos, though. Huh? I dug through my pile of photographs curiously. What's this? Aww. My heart abruptly wrenched painfully along my chest. It was a photo of Owen, Phillip, Sissel, me, and... someone I've never seen before. I didn't remember taking this photo. That girl looks so familiar, though. I swear I knew her from somewhere. Huh? A thick fog of drowsiness trudged through my mind. I shook my head furiously and blinked. What was I doing again, Why was I holding this photograph? Weird, there was this blotch that looked like it could have been a person. Was it always so blotchy? No, wait, headache. I swear there's something... I'm forgetting something important. What was it? A nice, quiet Friday afternoon with no classes. This was relaxing. I wonder what I should do with all this free time. My phone suddenly buzzed with a text. Oh, it's Phillip. You've got to help me. This is an emergency. What is it? Owen is a fantastic singer. I blinked blankly at my phone screen. That's good? He won't stop singing country music. Nothing but country music for the last 6 hours. Adrian, you've got to help me. Please, have mercy. I'm begging you. Rescue Phillip from country music hell. On my way, Phillip. Just hold on a little longer. It's too late, Adrian. My sanity is already dead. Red Hot Panda has joined the conversation. Hey, my singing isn't that bad. No, that's just the thing. He's got a gorgeous voice. Ah, Phillip, that's so sweet of you. Too bad he's wasting it singing about trucks, booze, and hot women. Well, hot men in this case. Definitely not helping with my headache. Alright then, what genre would you like to hear in my gorgeous voice? Any requests? How about something classical, like John Cage's 433? Excellent. Wait, let me look that one up really quick. I stared at their bickering and grinned. It looked like those two were finally getting along somewhat. I better get to their dorm before Phillip strangled Owen, though. Hey, excuse me! Huh? I looked up to see a man in a post office uniform jog up to me. Are you a student here? Sorry, but you know where an Owen Lorelei lives? It's my first day on the job, and this campus is huge. Oh, Owen lives... I wouldn't have expected anything less rich and over the top, though. One of the Lorelei's comes here after all. My words were caught in my throat. The man almost spat as he spoke the name. What was his problem? He was clutching a brick-sized cardboard box bounded together with rubber bands. Was that for Owen? Owen lives in the same dorm as me. It's the one towards the north end of campus, over there. Huh? You live with the little scamp? Sorry to hear that. Hate to push this on to you, but could you give him the package instead? I'd prefer avoiding any contact if I can. You know, for safety. Before I could respond, the mailman roughly shoved the box into my hands before driving away. I could only stare at him, dumbfounded as he drove out of sight. I reached the dorms just in time to hear, John Cage's 433 is just 4 minutes of silence. Are you not capable of that? But I want to sing! Yo, Phillip, you still alive? No, my everything hurts and I have a half-dozen country songs stuck in my head. That's horrible. Owen, how could you? Hey, I've been taking care of our little Phillip for the entire morning. I deserve a little fun. Phillip groaned and buried his face into his pillow. Speaking of which, how are you feeling, Phillip? I was answered with a pillow-muffled groan. He's doing a lot better than yesterday, less vomit and whatnot. His appetite's recovered and he's been sassing me every other minute. That's definitely a sign of recovery, right? And Owen's made nothing but burnt spaghetti. Hey, at least it's edible. Despite Philip's disgruntled tone, I couldn't help but notice the emptied plate by his bedside. Alright, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I shall see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!